G'day guys, how's it going? Zeppy here. Welcome to Frostpunk 2. Now, it's been a while since I've done a proper video, but I thought I would because this week, Frostpunk 2 is coming out. Now, I'm so excited about it. In the lead up to the Frostpunk 2 release, 11-Bit Studios has released a trailer called 11 Facts. Let's take a look at it now.
Oh, finally, a break and a hot meal. It's good to have something hot in your belly, eh? It wasn't like this when the old captain was in charge, I tell you.
Of course, I remember.
Now this city's bigger than it used to be.
Yes.
Where there were buildings, districts stretched as far as the eye can see.
Look at that massive city. It is huge. Man, if this can be done in-game, it's going to be absolutely insane.
Can you remember how back then we were only required to keep the generator running?
Yep. Got to keep the generator running.
Every factory eats twice as many resources. We need coal, oil, heat stamps.
Heat stamps.
Yes, life is a bit warmer back then, but bloody more complicated if you ask me.
That's only one side of the coin.
Wow, so we know about a few resources in this. So we've got coal. The coal is just like from Frostpunk, pulling it out of the ground. But we also have oil. Oil is a new resource that we have to find in the frozen wasteland. And we've got heat stamps. Heat stamps is the new in-game currency that you need in order to build districts, buildings, all sorts of things.
That's only one side of the coin. We're still sick, hungry, and cold. Yet some things come back to us from the past. A man cannot even walk outside without the fear of being mugged, or even worse, killed in cold blood.
Lots and lots of problems we see. So crime is going to be a problem, as well as people getting sick, just like it was in the first Frostpunk. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of different problems to deal with.
It's the people, dear sir. They are the problem. Now everyone belongs to a faction of some sort. I understand the technocrats want machines to make our lives easier. But what Icebloods say about evolution is true madness.
So we've got different factions in the game now. So one of them is the technocrats, which follows a more technical path. So automation, efficiency, things like that. That is the complete opposite to another faction in the game called the Icebloods, who want tradition and loyalty. So we're gonna have to balance out the needs of the different factions.
I guess that's why Stewart built the council hall. Long time ago, Captain just said what to do and we did it. No questions asked. Now every law has to be discussed, negotiated. But in the end, someone's always unhappy.
So in this one, in Frostpunk 2, we have to build a council, which is different from the original Frostpunk. Because in the original Frostpunk, you were the captain, and what you said went. But now, because of the different factions, you are just a steward of the city, and you build the council. You get to propose what laws get to be voted on, but you do not get to dictate what the city does. So everybody gets a say in the council process, and you have to find a balance between all the different factions to keep the city happy and to keep the city running. But there's also another group of people that get to have a say in the council.
Did you hear that some delegates come to Council Hall from outside the city? Well, I know we're all in this together, but that is risky if you ask me.
So that's right. Frostpunk 2 has Twitch integration for the council. So for content creators and streamers specifically, if you stream this and integrate it with Twitch, you stream on Twitch and integrate it with Twitch, then your Twitch viewers get to have a vote on the council. And you have to make sure that you keep your viewers on your side for the things that you want to propose. Otherwise, it will be chaos.
Shut it.
But that's not the only place where scorn and defiance have sneaked in.
That's bloody right.
It took over the Research Institute as well, making work on each project a matter of support and rejection.
I dread to think where this city is headed.
So the ideas tree is a little bit different in Frostpunk 2 as well compared to Frostpunk. They now have different levels of the ideas tree, as well as when you want to propose an idea to be researched, you also have the factions which have slightly different iterations of that research. Each will have a positive and negative effect. So you have to balance that out in keeping the factions happy, as well as finding a way to move your city forward.
It's pretty obvious, ain't it?
What's obvious?
Last time I checked, Legionnaires was sniffing their butts with the Overseers. Tyranny is upon us, I tell ya.
If the steward won't do anything about it, they'll take over all districts and take out any rivals.
In Frostpunk 2, as I said before, we have to keep the factions happy. Otherwise, one faction can rise up and suppress the views and people of the other factions, which can lead to riots and even war.
If any future awaits us at all, it lies beyond the city walls and the vast frostland. How many places that are rich in resources are there? One can only wonder.
We need the steward to guide us outside and reclaim what's rightfully ours.
Just like in the first Frostpunk, Frostpunk 2 has the Frostland, the frozen wasteland. There are going to be different resources in different areas of the Frostland that we need to explore. We'll be able to bring certain things back and maybe find different places of interest.
In order to grow, we have to expand. I can already see it. New, vast colonies sprawling from the snow, connected with our city, with those magnificent skyways, pumping oil and food like lifeblood. Maybe this will satiate the ambitions of those windbags in the council hall.
I doubt that.
So what's a little bit different in Frostpunk 2 compared to the original Frostpunk game is that we get to build colonies. In Frostpunk, the Frostland had outposts. Those outposts, you were able to get different resources, such as coal, wood, food, steel, even cores. In Frostpunk 2, it is going to be a colony of its own. You're going to have to make another city outside of your main city, and you're going to have to keep those people happy in order to keep that resource flowing to your main city.
Meanwhile, the tension in our beloved city rises. Let's hope the steward's instincts won't lead us astray. Leaders should be made of sterner stuff, I tell you. Especially now when we're all faced with never-ending whiteouts, riots in the street, crime, industrial fumes, people are Wait. Can you hear that? Yes. They're sounding the alarm!
In Frostpunk 2, it looks like we're going to have two different modes. One will be a story mode, and one will be a utopia builder, which would be like the endless scenarios from Frostpunk.
I've heard stories of other distant places. Some of them seem real, others, pure fantasies. The city is like a human body. Has its limits, or at least that's what they say. Yet maybe you have other ideas. Care to take a sip and tell us about them?
So like in my previous video, Frostpunk 2 is going to have mod support, which is going to be amazing. As you can see, there could be dinosaurs. It looks like dragons, whatever those things are. Different games of 11-bit studios. This is from the Alters, which hasn't come out yet, which looks like a really cool game as well. Lots of other things that we can do. So I cannot wait for Frostpunk 2 to come out. Make sure you check out my live streams that I'm going to have going on YouTube and Twitch. And if you haven't already and you enjoyed this kind of content, please leave a like and follow. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you next time.